Welcome to Emily Dickinson and welcome to our virtual open house. We are very disappointed that we can't have you into the school to show you all the wonderful things that are happening here, but we hope that by meeting teachers and specialists, you'll have a better idea of what Emily Dickinson is about and just the school year in general. Um, Many of you have been here a long time, and so I won't try to bore you, but I do want to talk to you about a few things that are happening this year and just a few reminders as we go into the school year. My name is Sarah Hayes. I've been the principal here at Emily Dickinson. This is my 8th year. My own children have gone through the school, and now my oldest is 21, so I am especially proud of this school. My kids had a great experience, and I hope it is the same for you. Our mission is to provide an exceptional education and a school experience for all students. All students should feel like they are valued members of this school. They should feel like learning is fun and that they are growing and becoming more sophisticated in their knowledge, and as they leave us, ready for their next adventure. So we are always striving for that, and we do that through a number of different programs and things that we do here in the school. This year obviously looks different because we can't hold a lot of the things or do a lot of the things that we have in the past, but we will still try to make this the best year we possibly can. A little bit about the school. We have always been a gritty school. Our motto has been that Emily Dickinson School has grit, and that is something that we continually emphasize with the kids, that they have a growth mindset, that they can make mistakes and they need to make mistakes because that's how you learn, and that they can persevere and do hard things, and that's how you learn. And so you will hear students talk about that because that is something we emphasize. We also last year adopted a new mascot. We are now the Huskies. The students voted on the Huskies. We have this new logo, and everything that we do now is around being a Husky. So to emphasize positive behavioral programs, and what do Huskies do? Huskies bark. And so Emily Dickinson Huskies bark, which is B, be respectful, A, act responsibly, R, remember safety, K, keep spreading kindness. So we are constantly emphasizing that in all we do, in all our expectations, and we have some barking Huskies at Emily Dickinson. We have a number of positive behavioral programs that we use to emphasize that. We have Husky Awards given out once a month to students for their great work in the classroom. We have Positive Pause, which that recognize students when they do kind things, kind acts towards peers, helpful acts. They may get a positive paw. You'll see that coming home. And we have Bark Bucks. So anything that's really associated with barking, they may earn a bark buck. And then once a month, our support specialist, Ms. Brown, goes around with her school store, probably every 2 months, and they get to spend those bark bucks on fun rewards that they choose. So we bark at Emily Dickinson, and you'll see that that's emphasized through a number of things your students may talk about at home. What's new this year? Well, this is an unprecedented year, and it is a year of change, and I just want to emphasize a few things that are happening and talk about those just briefly. So I know you've all been exposed to Canvas. Teachers are working incredibly hard to get Canvas up and running and make it as user-friendly as they possibly can. This has been a big learning curve for them, and am so proud of the work they're doing because they are really trying hard to make this as good as they possibly can. I know there have been a number of glitches, and so if there has been a glitch and you have some problems getting in or getting access, I'm here to help you. Nellie Brown is here to help you. Also, a lot of times, there are just some things that you can do quickly that might fix the problem. For example, using Chrome works much better in accessing Canvas. Also, making sure that your technology is updated enough that it will support Canvas. Listed here is the support website. There's lots of troubleshooting, little tech issue things that you can do to try to get on, and a lot of times this will take care of it. And so this page provides you some information on how to best problem solve when you run into some little glitches. This year certainly is different with COVID. At the beginning of the year, I sent home a playbook addendum, what it looks like at Emily Dickinson, that outlined what we're doing. Kids are playing in zones. Kids are washing their hands probably 6 or 7 times a day. They're wearing their masks. We are doing everything we possibly can to keep them as safe as we can. And they're just doing a phenomenal job. Your children are really awesome. Really proud of them and how they've just adapted and done great work. So if you have questions, always feel free to ask. Just a few important reminders about things that happen in the school, and this is just a nice opportunity for me to send these out and talk about them real quick. Recess, we do have recess 3 times a day, and we do have recess in all types of weather. We have been inside already once or twice due to air quality. We will be inside if it's colder than 0 degrees outside. That is a change. Last year we changed that from 10 degrees to 0 degrees. So it's really important that students be dressed well. And if you're a Montanan, you know that weather can change in the blink of an eye. So making sure that your children are dressed for the weather is so important. We also, especially this year with parents not being able to come into the building and check lost and found, I implore you to write your child's name in their clothing and on their masks. If we have the names in their clothing, we can return it to the students. If we don't, that makes it much harder. And we're looking at ways where parents can actually go through the lost and found, but this would help a lot. We do donate lost and found after a couple months. So please, please, please get your students' names in that clothing so that we can get it back to them. Lunch in our breakfast program, we do not have a breakfast program. Obviously, we have a lunch program, and right now that lunch program is free for all students. They have the option of a peanut butter and jelly or another option that changes daily, like a pizza box or a sub sandwich that changes every day, and they have that choice. They can obviously bring their own lunch, and we encourage that you pack things that they can open. We really appreciate that. It helps with our lunch aides so that they don't have to be getting in as close. We can all social distance a little bit more if we're not having to open all of those packages. And sadly, one of our favorite things is when parents can come eat with their children. We can't do that currently, and we hope that a little bit later in the year, maybe we will be able to. Drop off and pick up. This is a change again this year. We do not have, our start time is earlier at 8:15. We do not have a before school program, and our playground is supervised between 8 and 8:15. I know this is harder for some families when you're trying to get to work at 8 o'clock, but we do not have supervision before 8 o'clock on the playground. So please do not drop your student off before 8 o'clock. The car loop is really going pretty well. We're still trying to work out some kinks. Just reminders, please do not park and get out of your cars. Have your students exit out the passenger side for their safety. And one of the biggest things we can ask for your help with is that we've staggered dismissal so that students are dismissed at different times to help with the loop. If 3rd through 5th grade parents get there early and park at the front of the loop, the cars can't move. So we ask that you don't show up until it's your time to pick up your student, till it's your child's dismissal time. If we can have kindergarten parents here at 3:05 and then 1st and 2nd grade parents here at 3:10, that helps. And then if you have older students not coming in till 3:15, we really appreciate your help with that. It helps everything move a little bit smoother. This year, students are not walking in through the front doors, and that is because we need to come in as a class and wash our hands and do those safety protocols first thing in the morning. So everybody's been doing a great job with that. So thank you for having them walk around to the playground. If you pull up in the loop and there's no one on the playground, then you may have them come through the front doors. Thanks for your help with promoting parking lot safety. We need having everybody follow the rules, not parking in the fire lanes, obeying the signage, using crosswalks. We really appreciate your help with those, following those rules. I send this out every year, and I just want to emphasize the importance of attendance and arriving on time to school. This year is tricky because they're only here 2 days a week right now. But regular school attendance is so important. It sets up success for their whole life. And if they miss a lot of school, that has been tied to higher dropout rates. So again, this year will be a little bit harder because there will be illness, and we ask that they stay home, obviously, if there is illness. Logging on to Canvas and showing the importance of attending school that way is also one way that you can help emphasize this. But attendance and getting here on time so that you're part of the start of the day, you meet your friends, you greet your teachers, you're ready to go when everybody else is, makes a big difference. And we ask for your help, and we appreciate your help in getting them here on time. So to our returning families, thank you. You can turn off the video now. I was going to give a little virtual tour to our new families who haven't been able to see the school, but thank you for being part of the Emily Dickinson community, and thank you for having such wonderful students who we love and adore and are so happy to have back in the building. For new families that would like to stay on, I'll give you a quick virtual tour through pictures. This is walking through the front door. You'll see a lot of Husky signage. Students enter, they are welcomed and congratulated for being a Husky and what that means. To the right when you walk in, is the music room. Lots of great things happening in the music room, and we're proud of the great musicals our team produces here. A little bit further down is the stage. When we get back to a before and after school program, that is where the stage is. The stage is where those programs are held. Currently, we are also holding music on the stage for K2 students because we have 2 music teachers this year. And so some students have music on the stage. The main office is on the right as you enter the building. This is where you ask questions and get help. Our phone number, 522-6650. Erin and Lori, who are in the front, great. They're always willing to help if you need anything. Our health aide is also in the main office, and so students sometimes come down here to work with the health aide. Our lunchroom / gyms, we have 2 gyms. You can see that this is the other side of the stage, the picture on the left. And so that wall will open up, and that's where we do performances in that gym. This is gym number 1. You can see a picture of that. Gym number 2 is right next to that, and that also doubles as our lunchroom. You can see the tables are in the wall, and those pull out and serve as the lunchroom. There's a large wall between the 2 gyms, and that also opens, so we have a nice big space. Students, the lunch menu is posted outside of the gym, so students can always check and see what's for lunch. You'll also see that on the lunch tables this year, the kids do have assigned seats. They're in staggered pattern, like a checkerboard, trying to give them as much distance as we can as they eat in the lunchroom. We have a beautiful library. This is a picture of the library. One of their specials every week is library, but on this blended model, they're not all getting there. Our librarians are working with teachers to make sure that all students can get down there to check out books at least once a week. We have 3 wings of the school. These are pictures of the wings. On your left is going, as you enter the school, walking straight down to the 2nd and 3rd grade wing and the 4th and 5th grade wing on your left. And on the right, that would be the kindergarten through 2nd grade wing. And again, notice the Husky signs and lots of different colorful bulletin boards. Typical classrooms, our classrooms all look about the same. You'll see the cubby areas in the back where the students' lockers are, and then the front classrooms. We also have a number of bathrooms. We have 2 bathrooms and washing stations. Our this year, our drinking fountains have been turned into washing stations. That's a picture of that right there. And so students are no longer allowed to drink at the fountains. There is a bottle filler there, but making sure that your students have something, some container to drink out of is very helpful. We do have some cups, but it's nice for them to have a water bottle. Finally, I'll give a plug for our PAC. We are really in need of some volunteers this year. It would be a great year to join PAC, a good way to meet other families in the school. We have some wonderful ladies. We've done some incredible things with our PAC. Probably the thing we're most proud of in the last few years is the building of our beautiful fort. That was a labor of love by the parents at Emily Dickinson, and we are super proud of that. We would love for you to join our PAC. Like I said, this would probably be a good year to ease your way in, as there's not a lot going on, but definitely a way to get in and meet some people. So that is the website. And that is the end of my presentation. And of course, I think it was a little bit longer than I had hoped, but welcome to Emily Dickinson. If there are any questions you have about anything, please feel free to reach out. And we are glad you're here, and we look forward to seeing you in person soon. Please leave your message